Hey everybody, thanks so much for checking out Branch Out Guitar. I'm John, and today we're going to be talking about sextuplets, so let's get started. So what exactly are sextuplets? Well, they're not what you might think they are, so please get your mind out of the gutter. Appreciate that, but we're going to move on. Anyway, sextuplet is just a different type of a rhythm. You may have heard of quarter notes, eighth notes, even triplets, or even 16th notes. Sextuplets is just kind of going one step further. Basically what the triplet is to an eighth note, the sextuplet is to a 16th note. So if we have quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, what we're going to end up doing is we're putting in 6 equal notes in the space of one of those notes that I just played there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be more like So that's just what the rhythm is. I don't want us to play kind of march-like material. That wouldn't be very much fun. But you can take this rhythm and combine it with some hammer-ons and some pull-offs. You can start getting some really slick licks using all the positions of the pentatonic scale, or any scale for that matter, but we're going to focus on the pentatonic minor scale. I'm going to stay in the key of G like we have been for these last few lessons. And so what I mean by using hammer-ons and pull-offs to make this, we're going to start with just a quick sextuplet, or really a half sextuplet, just with 3 notes. And what you can do to start practicing that is, say, we'll start on the top 2 strings where we have the notes D, F, G, B flat. 3rd fret, 6th fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 6th fret, 1st string. To get an idea what that sextuplet might be, or half sextuplet, you would do a hammer-on the lower string, play the first next available note on the next string, and then back to the last note on the 2nd string. So hammer on here, pick, pick. So you get. And you can kind of take that pattern all the way through this position and all the other positions. So something like. And then you move over to the 2nd and 3rd strings. So you'd hammer on 3rd, 5th fret, 3rd string, pick the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then back to the 5th fret. Kind of take that pattern all the way down through this position. If I went up to the 2nd position, now you might not necessarily use all of these different permutations of this lick through these positions, but at least it gets you learning where all the possibilities are, and then you can pick the ones that you like and kind of start combining with your other licks, or other ideas that you might have, you know. Now a couple other common, well actually I should go back, and you can do the same thing using pull-offs. So where I went from a lower to a higher string, say 2nd to the 1st string, 3rd to the 2nd string, 4th to the 3rd string. Now I'm going to go, say, from the 1st string down over to the 2nd string, and this time using pull-offs instead of hammer-ons. So say I go here from the 6th fret to the 3rd string on the 1st string, and then 6th fret here on the 2nd string, and then back to either, really it doesn't matter, but I'll go back to the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So obviously you can you get really that kind of this smooth, almost zipper sound. And no, I'm not trying to refer to the other meaning you might think of sextuplets. You know, it's just kind of a smooth, quick motion that just kind of makes people raise their eyebrows, like, hey, what was going on with that? It's not just furious picking, but this kind of smoother, impressive technique kind of thing. So you could start combining it with other things that you might normally do, kind of more common licks, you know. Bending up here from the 5th fret. So all I'm doing is just using that half sextuplet, 3 notes. So G, F, D, with the pull off from the F to the D, and then the opposite. Say I bend up here and then play the D and G, the 3rd fret on the 2nd and 1st string, and then big bend here, the full step on the 6th fret of the 1st string. Just kind of using a lot of those little licks in there, combined with kind of my normal picking patterns that I might use through that scale. And again, I'm just focusing here in the 1st position, but you could certainly start moving all the way around in the 2nd position, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever it might be. So that's pretty much it for sextuplets and the minor pentatonic scale. Be sure to subscribe, and you can always comment and share below. And be sure to check out branchoutguitar.com for more information. See you next time.